Hello guys, today we're going to see one of the use cases for the workflows. We're going to tackle a simple one but useful one, which is the very basic and the very first foundations of the workflows. Alright, so we're going to start by going to our account. As we can see here, this is just my empty account. This is freshly created and it's probably going to look the way yours is. So let's go to the workflows, and this is what you guys are going to see. So let's create our first workflow. So let's name it first workflow. Let's create this guy. All right then. So we're going to see three important nodes today that are going to help us to extract pretty much all the information. For the simple cases where you just need to extract a receive or an order information and convert that into a document, and then you want that in your email, right? So let's talk about something important, is that every time they're going to build the workflows, if you create something, you likely are going to get a lot of errors. The way to avoid that is to simply plan the logic and just drag all the nodes in a way that you think makes some kind of logic before connecting anything. Because once we connect them, and we hit save, we're going to get a lot of the validation errors, and this is perfectly normal. So we already have the steps. This is just going to be the API import. I'm going to talk about that in a little moment. Then we're going to convert that into a CSV and then email a file to my inbox, to my email inbox, right? So this one is pretty straightforward. This is just the way that we're going to name our file. So let's name it test.csv. Let's say that this is a receipts and invoices. However, this works for every other one of the document types that we have. And let's include the columns that I want to add. So let's add the name and maybe the total. Let's look for total, yes. And an email maybe. Build to. And let's grab the vendor name. Vendor number. Oh, here it is, I saw it. Here it is. Okay, I have 4 columns. Once I hit save here, we're going to still see a lot of errors, but it is going down, you see. Let's go to calibrate the email ones. And this is just my email address. And let's save that one here. Yes. I forgot something. I mean, it's not super useful, but I recommend always to add this. Test workflow for the video. Save. And then let's go. What am I missing here? Oh, this is all good, but this is giving me an error because we don't have an input for it yet. So let's go to the API import. Okay, let's talk about this node a little bit. So Veryfi, it's born as an API. This is a piece of code that allows to send information to and return something else. That would be a JSON file, which is like another way of just sorting the information for consumption between softwares. Okay, let's think about that as packaging information to travel across the network. And the API import node, it's going to be tied to all those interactions. So if you have a flow already where you process information in software and you just need to send the image or the PDF or even the URL and get the extraction out of that, the API is going to work like that, because this is going to trigger every time that we process a document from the Veryfi account. This could be either by API, a webhook, or by simply dragging and dropping the document into the inbox. So let's just choose the document type that we're going to use. Let's hit save, and boom, we don't have an error here. And let's go back to the thing that I just mentioned. Every time that we process a document, this is going to trigger. So let's go to inboxes, and here we are in the same tab that we just configured in the workflow, and we are in the option to collect a document. So this is what I was mentioning. If we process a document through here, it's going to trigger the workflow. If we process a document through code, it's going to trigger the document as well and the workflow. So let's look for a Domino's order I placed a couple weeks ago. Just open that and let's process that document. In theory, this is going to trigger the workflow, right? Or that's what we are aiming to. Let's take a view to this. Okay, this document is processed. We're seeing here an address, we're seeing a name here, we're seeing an invoice number, a date, all of that. We have totals, and we have, let me see, the data, we have the description and all of that. That's pretty cool. And we can also see that the OCR extracted all the information from here and that it created the JSON file. So if you're not familiar with this is what I was telling you about. These are just the columns in a way and the values for each column of that. That's the simplest way to understand a JSON file. And this information here, it's everything that is extracted. However, we did not select to be everything into our workflow, right? We actually selected just a couple columns. Okay, this is something embarrassing, but I forgot to disable the workflow. So we have to enable it to make sure that it is working. And since I am just processing this without the workflow to be enabled, I need to go back and reprocess it. So let's do it quickly. Probably this is going to happen to you as well, so it's nice to have it here recorded. And let's look again for my Domino's order. Here it is. Let's click it. Okay, so we now have the workflow enabled. We have the Domino's order processing, and we saw the JSON file. Now let's take a look again to the columns that we're going to extract while this runs. Okay, so just to make sure, we're going to see the bill to name, the total, the bill to email, and the burner name. If we're uncertain if the workflow is running or not, we can always go to this tab, which is the executions, that is going to tell us what is the status for this. This is already in success. This could be pending or managing or something different. And it will tell us if the document is processed. Let's take a look to the workflow. Okay, it tells that the API import worked on the document ID, which is the only one that we have right now, that it was processed and converted to a CSV, and then that it was sent to a file via email. So with that being said, if I look at my email, I'm going to see this guy, which is right here. So let me collapse this a little bit so you guys can see the whole picture of it. And here we are. So we receive a CSV file with the extraction of the documents that I wanted. So let me save that and let's open it. And we have the row type, which is the document type that we were extracting, the bill to name, the total, the bill to email, and the vendor name. Why we may be missing the bill to email? Let's take a look to our document, right? And likely we don't have an email here in the whole layout. So there is a quick way to check for that, which is just look for the email here. We don't have an ad here, so likely there is no email format here. And if we take a look here, we don't have an email in the bill too. So this matches perfectly with the information that we were able to extract and the information that was in the document. And that covers pretty much all the workflow and the API import node. So let's wrap it up. We're going to keep creating videos like this, so keep tuned. Bye bye.